My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Elden Ring. We are here beneath Langdell still. Last episode we moved forward Hiatus quest. And in this episode, we're delving even deeper into the sewers. So if you're going to give me the easy opportunity to kill any of these, I will take it. Especially knowing at some point I'm going to have to explore the entirety of this area. And they're not going to be friendly at the time. I think I can probably jump across to the top of that. But if I die, I would... Or rather, if I fall, I would die. It's also not that important to do, though. Let's take this path. Start with something casual. Super interesting layered verticality of this area as well. I imagine there will definitely be some item here that ends up evading my collection. That's just gonna happen. I'm not gonna be able to mentally map every single one of these areas. It's just something I have to forgive about myself when I'm in a, especially a vertical environment. It's just much harder. Because think of your, traversal system for getting to every single area of it. A lot of the time it involves going back to the very top and then falling down in a different way. It's just very hard to keep mental track of. But I'll get everything I see. And I'll explore as much as I can. Okay. I should have expected that. Honestly. I got appropriately punked by an appropriate punk. And you know what? That too. That counts too. Ah, hello. Intriguing, we should see you here. I do apologize, Witch Hunter Jaren. Castellan Jaren. I had a job to do. I had to protect Selin. And I did it excellently and perfectly with no exceptions. Granted, she is now a sphere. She is spherical? Yes, sure. But that's the pessimist in me talking. I prefer to think she's having a ball of a time. Wait. Excuse me? I can't believe it. Didn't lose the 50,000 for it, but... In fact, it might have made the 50,000 more accessible. You need to die. Before you ruin my life, you must perish. Oh boy, of course. The whole area is meant to just screw with you. I should just be ready to be screwed with at all times. There it goes. So many of them. There's my 50,000 over there. It's okay, 50,000 is nothing at this point. It's less than half a level. By the time we get to the end of this game, it's gonna be costing a couple 100,000, I think. If I am truly about 50% of the way through this game, it's gonna end up costing 200,000 to level up. At which rate, all of the runes I've lost across the entirety of the series might account for 2 levels, 3 levels. That's the kind of mental framework that I had to provide to myself so that I wouldn't feel bad when I lose runes. And yeah, it does make me occasionally a little bit carefree with them. But I would infinitely prefer, especially with how small and concise the difference is for each individual level, I would infinitely prefer to not feel bad when I lose a lot of runes, rather than lose fewer runes, but feel way worse when it happens. And that's basically, unfortunately, for me, the two options. It's also kind of trained out of the mentality of, you know, like, roguelites and roguelikes across the board have this idea of permanence and of potential. And, you know, if I've taken a hit on the first floor, I'm not going to get my devil deal, and I'm going to get my devil deal, and probably, well, second floor, I'm not going to get my devil deal, and I'm not going to get my devil deal, and it's going to put me behind in power, and then I'm not going to be able to take this room, and it all balls out of control, right? And it becomes really easy to catastrophize, like, oh, I took half a heart worth of damage on the first floor. That's basically the end of this run. I should probably just start again. And then as soon as you let that start happening, you'll never finish another game. Because you can... Well, not as soon as you let that start happening. As soon as you let that take, like, exclusive control. I really, really, really need to make my way slower through here and just aggro fewer of them at a time. So I offer to you the same. I offer you an accord. Simply actively minimize the effect of any of the losses, even if it's not rational at the time. Because that will keep you, I say you, I am talking to me, and will keep you in a more rational headspace for making and being more perceptive to decisions that will help you recover from, you know, the loss of potential that you had otherwise surmised is in your future. I do think that's probably... There's probably like a generalized form of that that's useful in more circumstances than specifically like the feeling of lost value in video games. I'm certain. There's something extendable in there. Sorry, there's something generalizable in there, rather. Both of those just clipped their head, but it worked. Let's take this path this time. So who else is on my tail right now? In fact, actually, if I knock them off... Like, if I just dagger them... How's this gonna go? You gonna fall down and die, maybe? Yes! Alright, well, I've been approaching this foolishly for a while. Yeah, I know. And I shall no longer. Maybe I should also get a pot on here, just in case one of them gets a little bit closer. None of them are following me up from behind or anything like that. No? Okay, good. I mean, they've got throw them walls themselves as well, but that doesn't get as high as I do. Ah, yes, here's what I wanted. The ability to kick that down. But alongside that, what if I dropped into that area? It's not like I've done too much in the other zone to warrant going back for a check out of what's happening here. Okay, none of that seemed important. I don't think I've seen one of these with rats in before. That rat's definitely leading me somewhere. Only one way to know if it's into a trap. Not at all. Just along a path. Let's take the flask of this physic. But yes, this is a similar puzzle to one we've seen before. I'm gonna have to figure out which of these holes to fall down into. Oh boy. Whole rat sunk into the ground. I mean, this makes the most sense. Of course. Of course. Well, one down. I'm immediately going to go and kill another one. I'm not letting any of them aggro on me. Or I'm not letting them swamp me. Perfect. Yeah, so I have been here. Figured this was this location. So this, what I need is the other side of that. Ah, and that's why there's the kickdown out here, so you can easily reset for that. Right, I've got it. I'm on board. I understand. All three of those at the same time. Nice try, bud. So. Towards that way. So I'm looking for something that's vaguely left. It goes down there. I think it might be this one, but it could also be further past. You owe it to have a look at further. Oh, it's this one. Never mind. Interesting location for the Albinauric specifically. Would there be one on each side of the sewer entrance? As though maybe they were attempting to open the gate for an infiltration through the sewer system? I don't know. Extreme stretch. Call me Reed Richards. This is an extreme stretch. I think it's worth considering. Okay, only one of the pots in this room is currently keen to aggro on me. But I do fear, as soon as I strike it, every other pot in the entire room will be keen to aggro on me. The burden of knowledge. Said I don't think it's a particular problem. All quite simple. Living Jar shards. We've got a ritual pot as well for our efforts. Interesting. So this is not so much a lift back situation as it is a yes. Proceed downwards situation. I'm still going to sit just so that I know the name of the bonfire. Forsaken Depths. We do have the ability for a summoning pool. Is this just going to be a fog wall? Not immediately, but this is kind of similar to how an approach to a fog wall is formatted in a hero's grave. I guess this would be the boss fight room. Oh! Mogh. Mogh the Omen. Hey, bud. Dude's big. Ooh, that was pretty cool. It's relatively slow. He's got decent area of effect attacks. In fact, he's got a lot of control over area of effects. Some combo potential for damage, at least so far. Range doesn't seem that big. And the ability to punish at a pretty long distance with that attack, but with reasonable roll timing expectations, as well as possible blocking like that. Should be able to set myself up well. Yeah, I want to know if there's a way for me to anticipate and move in the correct direction to not have to roll away immediately as soon as I see him slash the air like that. Not necessarily intending to win here on the first time. Especially with how much health the enemy has. I would like to learn a little more about their... even jumping doesn't save me from that. That's really unfortunate. I would like to know a little bit more about their stagger limit, but unfortunately I kept getting too far away and I didn't swap back to the throwing knife in order to keep up my poise damage while I was far away. Okay, so they attempted to bleed us a decent amount of the time there. So great increase in my robustness should help to prevent that. Yep. They also did fire type damage, so I could try and boost my fire damage negation if I wanted to. Let's drop the acid spray mist, as well as the poison spray mist, as well as the drawstring fire, throwing pot that. Pickled neck I will keep. I will keep the blood boil aromatic as well. Let's see if there's another item that maybe I want to slot in here too. Alleviate impending blood loss. That bar decreases fast enough that I don't think I'll need that. Seems like holy damage is probably a good idea here, if I had to guess. I do like the long walk back up here. I think sometimes the positioning of the Stake of the Marika is really important for the mood that they are attempting to evoke with whatever the boss is. So Blood Bowl Aromatic is for sending ourselves into a state of fervor. My hope in general is kind of using it like a Barbarian's Rage. Immediately just lost it there, that's my bad. 14k souls there as well. I took them into a boss room, I knew the risk. Okay, let's craft the... Ooh, Iron Jar Aromatic. Turns the wielded body to steel. Boosts your poise, resistance, and damage negation at the expense of mobility and lightning resistance. Even upon the battlefield, do you fear being wounded? Take a good look. Your limbs are frozen stiff. Can also temporarily boost my physical attack. I think I will actually make 4 Exalted Flesh and just pop them on the bar as well. I think I will also actually preemptively take all of my buffs before going in. I would really like to stagger this guy. Salted flesh. Okay. Jump in. All right, buddy. You aren't even ready for this. He was apparently ready for this. He was exceptionally ready for that. Oh, buddy. Okay. Look, that's all on me. You know what? You know what it is? It's that I had been shunning my beastly nature. I think that's what it is. I think when I run away, I need to throw stones at him. Pickled turtleneck seems like it's a pretty good idea for the fight, as well as the Holy Grace. Not necessarily going to get the aromatic here. So I'll even let you approach while I do the flesh. I honestly figured that last one had a decent chance of knocking him down. And I also figured that one did. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that final one. Okay. I'm getting to the degree of, if I get to poise stagger this enemy, that's going to be gravy, baby, but I should not plan on it. They are firmly rooted to the ground. They have quite a solid base. Their center of gravity is the core of the earth. They are unmesswithable. And I respect that. I'm going to go in without taking buffs into this fight. I need to learn more. I think that's the main problem on my side. That's never gonna get me anything. The running away whilst also attempting to do a jumping heavy. It's just not viable for us. Oh! Okay. Guard breaking when blocking the second of the broad sweeps is exceptionally effective. I mean, I guess only if I can really keep my endurance after it. Okay. Drink. Drink. All good. Back in action. That's the unfortunate part. I have to remember that even after all that resolves, Whoops, that was really bad. Oh! Even after his stabbing ground attack resolves, I have to remember that him pulling it out of the earth is not something I can jump over. Damn. Really hoping that rolling the direction effectively that he was attempting to do would have been good enough there. Turns out no. Damn it! I don't know why I keep trying to roll into that attack. I know I can't. Oh! I am surprised that killed me. Just a physical attack there. We're doing much better. This is easily, demonstrably a winnable fight. I am very happy to spend like up to 30 minutes on a boss fight, especially if it's like a really cool boss. Doesn't have to be mechanically the most super cool. I never even really, save obvious examples like, you know, Capra Demon. I never really think of a boss's quality in the first playthrough. The first playthrough is all just like, what do they mean? Who are they in the world? What is like the environment you fight them in? Like, that counts for way more than the gameplay of it, to me, at least in terms of their ranking amongst one another. Again, on that first play. Oh boy! Let me! Thank you. Can you imagine if I managed to knock him down there and didn't even manage to capitalize on it? I can. I don't like it. I don't want that to be the case. Oh boy. Okay, got away from all of it. Double heal. Take the early physic as well. Oh, I didn't even see that he was charging up for that attack. It was covered. Oh, that's so rude. Annoyingly, I'm pretty sure I was previously quite close to staggering him for a second time. Hey, Mogh. Damn it! I got this. Okay, no, I don't got that. Too early. Yeah. My timing on most of his attack patterns is pretty loose at the moment, unfortunately. It will get there. Oh, Mogh. Yeah, I'm happy to pop these three before I go back in. Might contribute to an earlier phase 1 knockdown. I don't know if this boss has phases, because we've got them down to about their last 30%. They didn't seem to change their attack pattern that much. They might have gotten a little bit more aggressive, but it was kind of difficult to notice. Well, you've excellently zoned me with these opening attacks. There goes a lot of the effectiveness of my items. Well done. Awful rolls on my part. Oh boy. Alright, straighten up and fly. Alright. We're... That's the most annoying thing that he can do, because it is non-negotiable that when he does that, I have to remove myself from his close range, basically. I also need to be less... Yeah. I need to be more choosy with how I attempt to heal in this fight. Almost the entire time, I'm... Oh, buddy. Yeah. I kind of just wanted death to come there, basically, at the end. Basically, the entire time, I am... Oh, I've half forgotten the sentence. The thing that I needed to stop doing... Immediately forgot. Halfway through a sentence, that's bad. I was thinking about another thing trying to line up the next sentence as well, but that's gone too. All of the trains of thought have fallen off of the tracks of thought. And there are so many casualties of thought. Whoop. Really? That had to be that is a very aggressive opener, buddy. Like, he was very specifically using the optimum move to punish me in each location I was. Whether I was near, far, wherever I are. Yeah. Oh, I was absolutely conceding by running at that enemy at that time. I need a better approach. I can change, armor. I can pull out the jar cannon, fire a shot. Maybe. Let's see what the jar cannon does at the start of the fight, maybe. The only problem is he's got range, and the jar cannon is exceptionally slow. And I imagine he would be very good at dealing with us if we ever decide to stay still for too long. But I'm gonna give it a go. Oh! That's more than a hit of our main weapon a lot of the time. Yep. He started that second attack after finishing a previous attack, and it hit me before I could finish recovering from my own weapon. That's not going to be viable, I think is what I'm looking for. So that one is definitely I need to get behind the enemy. That one, I think the slash I actually just need to roll through the damage effects part of it. Yeah. Alright, Mogh. You do that. What else can I change? It is the site of grace, yeah, that we were respawning at, so I have the ability to change some stuff. We can... alter armor? I mean, yeah, we have more stuff we can do here, like especially memorizing spells. What about that? What about that? Only really catch flame, poison armament, and blood flame blade. And blood flame blade seems like it would be especially not useful here. Dang. All right. I was hoping we might have something a little bit better than that, frankly, but oh well. Mechanical rock. Is that still the thing I think is probably the best for us here? Yeah, probably. I can take the jar cannon off knowing that I'm not going to be using it in this fight and alternate our armor. So something I would really like more of in this fight is poise. So like Blythe's armor is pretty good for that. But I should also care about fire resistance. Tree Sentinels is pretty good for that as well. Has fire resistance. Possibly sturdy and nigh unbreakable. And then I'm not changing the helmet. I really need the model necklace for bleed resistance. Or might I benefit more from greatly boosted physical damage negation? I think the Claw Talisman's still very good here. But I really do wish I had something that kind of... Poisoning or rot in the vicinity. No, that's not gonna work. I do wish I had something that was better than it. Balance of charge attacks. Yeah, alright. In we go. Gosh. To back up a lot more than I thought I was going to have to. I mean, 550 on throwing a stone to his head from range is pretty good. Just don't know if it'll necessarily be how we manage to kill him. Honestly, maybe if we poise staggered him over the course of any of this, I'd be more of a believer. Yeah. Again, that was pretty much just conceding and attempting to see if throwing another one was going to be fine. So at this point, basically only if he's... If I can be fast enough about it that I can throw a single shot at him while he's doing one of the blood charge attacks near himself, that's cool, but also probably can't, that's fine. Get a Holy Grease and just pop it immediately before we start fighting. Alright, buddy. Let's do this old school. Really don't like how that missed. I feel like my controller is responding a bit slowly here, but that just might be me. Sometimes when I'm not guarding, I feel like I'm guarding. And the inverse. So it seems like he really likes to try and use that front slash attack to cover some sort of approach. Damn it. It's really hoping I was going to be able to get through the guarding on the second hit there. Damn it. If I could have gotten the block on the third one, I know there's a long time after that. Damn it! Try and get behind an object for that. Let me stagger him, please. I really don't like how the border of this arena is littered with so many objects that just catch you as you're trying to move. Makes it very specifically difficult. Again, he strikes in mid-air with that hit. I don't think I'll manage to stagger him again. But, wow, never mind, immediately. I was about to say, but that still remains, I think, my best chance of finishing this fight. How? Range on that second hit is bag. Dead. Rest in peace. Thank you for the Blood Flame Talons. And another item. Erdtree Favor. Or Erdtree's Favor. +1. Let's claim that beautiful, beautiful 0 runes. How much should I get for that? Cathedral of the Forsaken? Ooh, 100,000. That's a lot. I would have popped a gold pickle Farfoot had I known. It was gonna be about 100,000. I'll take another point in mind. Still very, very intrigued by that. So that's the bottom of that dungeon. I think I'll reset myself to a new path at the very top of the next episode, but that does mean that it'd be best be done then. You know, start and finish the same path around the same time. It'd be another 10 minutes at this point if I wanted to explore a new path, at the absolute least, all the way up to a possible another hour. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves. Special thanks to this episode to Nekohime as well. Catch you all next time.